Hi, I'm John Coleman, one of the co-founders of Celebrating Act Two with my co-founder partner, Art Kirsch.
Hi, how you doing?
So Art, one of the things that has struck me about our Celebrating Act Two is that as you reach the second half of your life, over 50 conceivably, people are often looking for new careers. Or maybe they've been downsized and they're forced to find a new career. Some people are just looking for something to do in, quote, retirement, although you and I don't believe in retirement.
No, as you know, I have a 30-year rolling plan.
That's right. So what amazed me is the fact that we have covered a lot of subjects that people have found a new career, gone back to school. And oftentimes they go back to school at a community college. So community colleges are really a resource that I think is truly underappreciated. I know a lot of firemen, EMTs, emergency medical technicians, even nurses, people like that go back to school for certificates to upgrade, to get improve their careers. But a lot of people our age go back to a community college for what they call the Emeritus program. Programs that are aimed at people who are not doing it strictly for business, strictly for career. And they're looking for programs that fit their lifestyle or give them education in a particular subject.
I'm a perfect example of somebody who has taken second career courses. And I know a lot of people have taken things at commercial enterprises to become IT engineers and things like that, maybe even younger in their 30s and 40s. But about 15 years ago, I decided that I wanted to get into producing. And I had spent most of my career in high-tech computer graphics, as a matter of fact, as a specialty, both in sales and marketing. And the last 10 years of that work was building and fixing businesses, because I'm a degreed accountant. I have an accounting and finance background, and it just naturally moved into that area for me, and I loved it, and it was great. But it was time for me to do something new, and so I wanted to use my organizational skills in the entertainment business, and to do that, you do it as a producer. Well, what does a producer do? A producer has to know everything that's going on. So I took a class at a community college to learn for a second career what everybody did, why they were important, how you did not so much the accounting, but all the cost factors involved of not only the equipment, but the people and rates and things like that. So I did that at community college, and I was double or triple the age of everybody else in the class, but I learned all the basics through a community college. And so I know that it's valuable, and since I've gone on to do some fairly large commercials.
Well, movies, commercials, documentaries, you've done quite a bit.
Right.
And it all started with that one community college course.
That is correct. And I still have actually friends from that. But you were talking more about the Emeritus kind of program, which was, some people, yes, do learn a new art a form or a new career, but some people just do it for new enjoyment or just meet people.
Sure. Skills. Pick up life skills sometimes.
And I've done that as well. I decided to get into exercise, and I joined a gym, and I had been going off and on to a gym, but I thought I'd try yoga. That's the wrong thing to do.
I can't picture you in yoga tights.
Yeah, well,
somehow.
That's ugly enough, but the feeling that a broken down old guy gets when he twists some of those parts is not very pleasant. And I don't want to ever do that again. But I had an inspirational teacher, Vince McCullough, who also taught Tai Chi. And that opened up a whole new world to me. And as you know, Tai Chi is my drug of choice.
Yes, that's where you learned Tai Chi.
That's where I learned it.
From the Emeritus program.
From the Emeritus, well, actually, I learned it not so much from the Emeritus program, but from a normal program in school that some kids took for just they needed some credits for gym or something. But more than half the class were people who were over 50, just like me. And I would say half those people I still practice Tai Chi with a couple times a month for some of them, but I practice about 8 times a month, both in a formal Emeritus class that's only for seniors, and anywhere between 80 and 120 people show up for a class that Vince McCullough teaches, and then I practice down at the beach 1 or 2 mornings a week, also with Vince and about 12 or 15 other people that tend to gravitate to these kind of classes.
So a lot of people recognize community colleges as a JC, junior college, as a stepping stone to a four-year college. Great economic way to get into a four-year college. But so community colleges also give academic courses and certificates of all kinds of courses for all kinds of industries. But the emeritus course is not as well publicized, I don't think. And yet that's part of community college's mission, really, is to help the broad community, not just students who are going for a degree, but the broad community increase their enjoyment of life.
Yeah, this is not the emeritus classes that, and we have a large book of them. When you take a look at the catalog, there must be about 50 courses that, from movie appreciation to sketching to higher art forms to molding clay and all sorts of other things.
I took a real estate course, an emeritus real estate course through a community college. I thought it was terrific.
Yeah. So the actually to get the jobs, even for the teachers, it's not just, well, oh, you're breathing, come down and teach
Right.
it. They actually have pretty rigorous.
Sure, they have to have credentials,
backgrounds.
and they have to be experts in the field to be able to teach it. Yeah.
I can't do anything but highly recommend it. And you actually have a little bit more knowledge about the community colleges around the country. There are a lot of them.
Well, I've taught at a couple of community colleges, on and off for a number of years, both in New York and in California. And I can tell you that in California, there are about 125 community colleges all up and down the state. So there's one near everybody. You know, you don't have to go too far to find a community college. But I believe that all the states, all 50 states, have a community college system, and they all are very similar in the sense that they offer certificates for industry advancement, and they offer stepping stone academics for stepping stone to a four-year college. But they also all offer emeritus classes. They might not call them that. And they're everything from, I don't know, flower arranging to golf to real estate to Tai Chi to any kind of thing. And they're really a wonderful resource for the community. So I think you ought to look into your community college, find out what they offer, something that you might find enhances your life.
So anyway, John, I think we ought to go register for our classes right now. Our registration is coming up soon.
And I'll meet you in Tai Chi.
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead and take an emeritus class, or if you've already taken them, let us know, write us and let us know what to think about it. And maybe we can feature you in our next video of what I learned in my emeritus class. Again, this is Art Kirsch. Thanks for joining us.
I'm John Coleman. See you on celebratingact2.com.